Hello, students. I hope everyone's having a great day or great night, or whenever you're watching this. I guess that's a good thing about screencast is you can watch it at your own pace whenever you want. So in today's lesson, we're going to be analyzing the British's occupation of India. The objective is students will be able to identify how the people of India responded to British rule. So for the lesson question, how did the people of India react to British rule? That's something I want you guys to be thinking about as we go through the lesson. So, in today's warm up activity, in your journals, I want you guys to describe this political cartoon. This one right here, where the laser pointer is at. And if you guys want, you can go ahead and pause the screencast, jot it down in your notes, and we'll continue up whenever you're ready. So, after we talk about that political cartoon, we're going to get into the lecture portion of the screencast. So, starting it off, the jewel of the crown. So the jewel of the crown is what the British referred India as to their empire. They were the main piece of the British Empire. So jewel of the crown, I want you guys to write that down. So from the 1860s to the 1920s, England was the mother country for India. In fact, roughly 20,000 British officials and troops were able to rule over 300 million Indians for decades. How was that possible? Well, because Indian leaders and people were often divided, the British were able to easily hold control. They valued raw materials and other resources such as spices, tea, and cotton, and they used India as a market for their manufactured goods. So they would take these raw materials from India, bring it back to England, and make it into product, and then sell it back to the Indian people. Right, so then there's resistance and support to British rule. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is support of British rule. So some Indian people advocated for support because of the political, technological, and economic growth the British brought to the Indian colony. So yes, the Indian people understood that they were no longer in charge of their country, but they saw it as a positive just because of the political unrest that was happening in the country anyways. Another approach is people chose to rebel, as you can see in this photo right here. And they chose to fight the British, often leading to many Indian casualties. And they really didn't have a chance against the British Army, which was at the time renowned as one of the best armies in the world. But they just wanted to fight for what they believed was theirs, which is, I think, very admirable. And the final main approach was the nonviolence movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. Uh, Instead of violence, they chose nonviolence. They were not supposed to fight whatsoever. And you can see this approach affect other leaders later on, such as Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States. All right, so here's a diagram of the three main types of responses to British rule. We have support, nonviolent, and violent. And you guys can jot these down in your notes if you'd like. And so for your exit ticket, what I want you guys to write down in your journals and post in the discussion board later is the answer to this question, your answer to this question. How did the people of India react to British rule? And that's about it. I wish you guys the best of luck, and thank you for listening.